Hello, beautiful people. Welcome to the channel. It's Rad. And in this live stream is going to be about uh, sorry, what do we need to know? It's my favorite topic. So I'm going to do guidance from Tarot that is going to cover every single star sign. And at first, I'm going to do the collective as per usual. So just let me shuffle the cards and let's have a look at the collective message. Hey, Yasmin, welcome to the stream. And thank you for the 20. Thank you. At the end of the stream, you're going to have a personalized reading. Hello, Don Flores 30. You're welcome. All right, guys. So the first one, that will be Judgment. The second card is going to be Justice. And the third one, that is going to be a Page of Cups. Yeah, that's true. Uh, I'm glad to have you around as well, Yasmin. I hope you enjoy your time in the stream. So these are the three cards here. And what do we need to know is that in the next few days, probably the next couple or even 3 days, it will become pretty clear what is of a oh my God, I can't twist my tongue. What is of a most importance as a responsibility and as a enterprise. So we're going to find ourselves being quite busy. It's about development. It's not about a solving any issues or any concerns or any problems. So in the next few days, we will realize where the money are going to come from, where the love is going to come from, okay, or where the friends truly are. So we're going to have somewhat of an epiphany in regards to what direction we should take regarding our business or regarding our love life, our personal relationships, family matters, and etc., etc., etc. Hopefully, uh, for every single field and for every single aspect into our lives, and while the demand is going to be rather high, so we are going to find ourselves being pretty busy tackling and developing stuff around, also is going to be very fair. And by the end of it, and how long it's going to take, that development will vary. For some, it's going to be a few days. For others, could be few weeks. For third, maybe few years. But at the end, um, we will get an accurate account or reciprocal account towards us in term of gains. And another thing that I can say here for what we need to know, it is that this chance, for a lack of better expression, was staying around for a quite a while. It is just up until this point we didn't have the eye for um, the details, probably because we had been busy with something else or valued something else more than this gainful enterprise. But like I said, next few days we're going to have that epiphany that this isn't our way, that is our way. And the reason why we are going to have that epiphany, it is because the path that we are currently walking will demand more and more compromises, will demand more and more caving in into a circumstances that we do not agree with, while the other path that we will realize it's ours for taking actually carries on no consequence, and not consequences, but a compromises. So it's always a win going forward with it. I'm sorry. And thus, um, by the end of the next few days, we will be pretty clear, we will know pretty clear what is best thing to do, whether in a current relationship or in a current business, you know, or everywhere in our life situation by the looks of it. Important thing to know as well, it is that should you are to make a choice, if you are demanded to make a decision in next few days, you should take it so that it is accountable towards yourself first and foremost, and then for the rest. So that was the collective reading. And now a few notes about the show. There are going to be 12 readings, just like this one, for each star sign. And I'm going to run down the ecliptic, meaning that I'm going to start with Aries and I'm going to end up with Taurus. Now, bear in mind, not with Taurus, but with Pisces. I'm sorry. Taurus is going to be the second one. But bear in mind that these are going to be generalized readings for the star signs, and it's important to listen to all three of yours. What I mean is that it is the sun, the moon, and the rising sign. The sun sign, it is the sign you are born under. The moon sign, it is the sign that your moon falls into in your natal chart. And the rising sign is the sign that is determined by the hour of birth. You need to know the exact hour of and minutes of birth. Every couple of minutes they do make difference, so it's very important to know the exact hour of birth in order to determine your rising sign. And listening to your sun sign, that will give you an idea what kind of situations you're going to fall in, what kind of people you're going to interact with, what kind of an opportunities you're going to have, and so on and so forth. Listening to your moon sign will give you an idea how you're going to feel dealing with these situations, people, and etc, etc. And listening to your rising sign is going to give you an idea how is best to deal with them. So listening to all three should give you a pretty good idea what is ahead of you. What do you need to really know? And like I said, these are going to be generalized readings. So for personal ones, you can go to my website, which link you can find in the description down below. And there on the very front page, you can see full list of my services, also their pricing. So based on your budget and also your needs, you can go for whichever one suits you best. Other than that, you can subscribe for the channel if you haven't already, like the video, comment on it as well if you feel so. That way you're going to help it grow, and you're going to help with the algorithm. And if you do wish to support it financially, you can do so using Super Chat or a PayPal, which PayPal link you're going to find again in the description down below. And anyone who does so, you guys are going to have a reading, and girls, not forget, are going to have a reading at the end of the stream that is guaranteed, which is going to be personalized one, just like Yasmin did. Yasmin, thank you for the 20. Thank you. Yasmin Taco, thank you for the $22.22. Thank you, Taco. And Don Flores 30, thank you for the 20. Thank you. Let me put you into the list, guys and girls. And like I said, at the end of the stream, you're going to have personalized reading. Down Flores 30. All right. Which is going to be on the subject of what do you need to know. So with that said, starting up with the first one, this is going to be Aries. Now you can keep up with what star sign I'm reading for through the glyph being displayed right there on my right hand side. I'm working on a new presentation of these glyphs, so hopefully things are going to work out for the next live stream. They're going to be more pleasant to be looked at, hopefully. And give me a second here to shuffle for Aries. And the first card for Aries, that will be Ace of Cups. Second card for Aries, it is a Queen of Cups. And the last one for Aries, that will be Five of Swords. It's pretty easy interpretation for Aries. You need to know that a hope is going to return in your life. So if you have lost hope that you ever gonna be loved again, you will be if you have lost hope that, for example, you're going to get a job, you are going to get a job, and so on and so forth. So it is a returnal of a hope which is going to be there to stay for you. This is a long-lasting development of a returnal, again, of a hope. And once that happens, you should know that your day-to-day routine, or your like your day-to-day existence, is going to transcend into something very lovely and very, I can't really say exciting, more like fulfilling. One thing though you need to know it is that you should not overstay your welcome or overstep a certain boundaries out there. Okay, kind of like getting cocky and taking it as granted and so on and so forth, because that way you are going to undermine the trust that people have in you and are going to have in you. Also, what you need to know is that next few days are amazing for you to mend friendships and to make as well new friendships, because the most of them are going to be truly loyal and also very, very devoted. So the next star sign, that is going to be Taurus. Two of Pentacles. Chandra, long time no see. Thank you for the 20. Thank you, Chandra. Let me put you into the list. At the end of the stream, you're going to have your personalized reading. All right, so Two of Pentacles. It is the first one, followed by Six of Wands. And the third one, that is going to be the Hermit. All right, guys, we all have been in a situation where we know we deserve more, but it seems that it never gets to us. Like, we work on a same basis with the rest of our, say, colleagues, and this is, by the way, very prominent in our construction, in the construction field here in Bulgaria. For example, you know, two people are working the same job, the same hours, the same weight, or the same load of the job, and one gets more money than the other because, I don't know, they are a cousin of the owner, or they have been recommended, or simply, I don't know, one is liked more than the other. So you're gonna figure out why you aren't getting the fullness of what you deserve. And what you are gonna come up to, and that is something you need to know right now, it is that certain approach that you do have, either toward your job or toward the women you're trying to enthrall, or the men you're trying to enthrall, the people that you try to date, or simply the people that you're trying to make friends with. So your approach is a bit outdated. Not, maybe not the entirety of it, but there is something either you do or either you say, you know, or either you expose, that it is not liked by those who are assessing you. And these few days, next few days, are going to be days in which you are going to refine that, change the concepts, change the perspective, okay, change the routine. And this is going to give a tremendous, tremendous results. And you're going to like that change in yourself, though it's going to make you a bit unrecognizable to the people that you're currently associating yourself with. But those that are loving you truly, they will not mind that shift in direction, and a shift in character, if you will, and they will be there to support you. So in the next few days, you're gonna fix your own disadvantages. Okay, next one, that will be Gemini. Nine of Pentacles. Oh my God, Ace of Cups. Six of Swords. So what do you need to know that these are a huge gains, a huge leap forward. Um, it could happen everywhere, okay? Uh, I don't know how to even put it into words here, guys. That is like, can I even put it into words? This is like the money you ever hoped for, or the person that you ever hoped for, or the social circle you have ever hoped for, or the home you have ever hoped for. And what you need to know is that you are striding in that direction in a very, very fast pace. In the next few days are going to be the leaps towards it. Hopefully every single one of you are going to achieve it, or are going to get very, very close to accomplishing it. And the only condition that these cards are displaying here is to be yourself. I'm saying that because with the Six of Swords, some of you may try to improvise, may try to implement something untested, some kind of a move that it is untested, something risky. And that risky move, it's very likely to screw the whole enterprise over and you to lose everything you have worked for. So next few days are very important to be yourself, to do things as you have done it by that point, to execute your plans as they have been created, and to be true to your preparation and to your experience as well. And that is going to present you with the rewards of what you have worked for, the fruits of thy labor, your labor. Okay, next, Cancer. First one is Three of Swords for Cancer. Then we have 10 of Pentacles. And then the third one, this is going to be Four of Swords. So what you need to know here, Cancer, is that you are going to end up being dependent on someone in the next few days, whether dependent on their money or dependent on their connection or just dependent on their influence. But this isn't going to be the end of the world, although at the start, it's not going to make you feel good. You may feel that you are stuck, lost, and that you are incapable of progressing forward, which isn't true by a large margin. So what you need to know it is that whomever you end up being dependent on, for example, it happens that you owe a lot of money to someone and they want their money now. So you are dependent on them to return until you return those money. But these people are going to be open for negotiations, for a reasonable plan how that dependency that you will develop or you have developed toward them to be resolved without anyone to suffer any concerns and any issues whatsoever. So whatever feels super scary and very detrimental to you, you need to know that it isn't that big of a deal if you open up and you actually have these open, honest, and profound conversations with those that your situation depends on. So don't be afraid. That's the point. Don't allow the negative thoughts of that you are stuck to twist and tangle in your mind, festering in there and making you feel lost. Okay, next one will be Leo. Ooh, Ten of Swords. Queen of Swords. Five of Pentacles. Man, that's gonna be a tough decision. Really, really tough decision. So this is how it stands, at least according to these cards. You're gonna sit on a verge in the next few days. You're gonna end up sitting on a verge of having the chance to push your things through. Uh, to solve really troublesome situation. It could be anywhere. It could be at work. It could be in your love life, you know, with your spouse, for example, or in your social circle. And this is where the trouble lies for you. You can solve it. You can truly push your things through, but on the expense of others. So by you developing your stuff, you solving your issues, you're gonna make someone or some people miserable. You are gonna hurt them. You may hurt them financially, you may hurt them emotionally, and so on and so forth. So you have to decide, are you gonna be miserable or are they gonna be miserable? You will not gonna be able to satisfy everyone. And another thing you need to know it is that very sensitive information is gonna come your way in the next few days. And this information is gonna be important for a very short amount of time, and it will serve great benefit of yours. Now, same status applies to it. Using that information is gonna hurt a lot of people, but it's gonna serve you tremendous interest and tremendous benefit. And again, you will have to decide whether you should use it or not. The choice is yours. Okay, next, that will be Virgo. Three of Swords, Queen of Swords, Ace of Wands. So you Virgo are gonna have a second chance. These cards are very prominent, for lack of a better expression here, for a failure that happened or a situation that you had failed in, and it doesn't have to be even recent situation. You may had it a couple of years ago, but a very similar, if not identical one, is taking place right now. And this enterprise, for the look of those cards, seems very, very gainful. I mean, you have a lot to develop and a lot to win from it. So what will be the matter here is that sitting in front of it, you will not gonna help but wonder, are you gonna be able to pull it through this time around? Are you better than what you were before? And the answer is yes, you are. You just have to kind of like sieve these thoughts of failure and not allow them to pollute your mind, not allow them to pollute your determination to make things right this time around. So what you need to know here, Virgo, it is that you're going to have a chance to right the wrong, or to right what you did wrong back in the days. And those that are around you, or some people that are around you will not gonna like that you're gonna have a second chance. And that's why in the next few days you may hear some unpleasant words that are addressing you. Okay, you may hear some I don't know, insults out of spite. You may hear some mental cruelty, and again, you should not allow that to take you down in spirit, so to speak. Hey, News Devon, thank you for the £5. Thank you. You certainly should know, and will know at the end of the stream. Let me put you into the list. There we go. So at the end of the stream, you're going to have personalized reading on what you need to know. So for you, Virgo, it is important to keep your eyes on the prize and don't pay attention to what anyone around you says. Okay, next one, Scorpio, Libra. I'm sorry, not Scorpio, but Libra. King of Swords, Knight of Cups, Five of Wands. Give me a minute here. So it is clear that you need to know that there is a person around you that can make a true difference. That can, with their help, more like a counsel, with their counsel, you can reverse a failure, or yeah, it's kind of like a down spiral into a success and growth. That Knight of Cups, it's like they had never done that work before or that subject before. They have never clashed with it, although they do have the knowledge. So it's all about planning, and it's all about creating an effective strategy that will allow you to go unscathed forward, or to move forward unscathed from the issues and concerns you may face. You're going to meet that person at random. It will be complete randomness of the circumstances. They will offer you a way how to make a very big turnaround, or a round turn rather, to situations in which you are failing. And usually these are people who are professionals, like lawyers, like medical doctors, okay, like psychiatrists, I don't know, like engineers, for example, like a financial advisors, like a designers, and so on and so forth. So be on a watch out for such a person who wants, or who has an idea, okay, and knows how you should move forward. All right, next, Scorpio. Ace of Cups. A lot of Ace of Cups is Page of Wands, Five of Cups. Very similar to the Aries' reading, or was it the collective one? No, it was the Aries' reading. MT, thank you for the 20. Thank you, MT. Let me put you into the list. Hold on a second. Okay, there it is. All right. Good evening, MT. So again, for Scorpio, very similar to the Aries' reading. Scorpio's hope is going to be renewed, but it's going to be on a basis not of a past failure, but a decision or an approach, a move that they had made, which was very bad back in the moment that they had made it, but it's going to prove itself being the right one. So it's a bad move, but it is the right move that they had done. And this hope is a revival. It is not exactly a renewal. It's more like a revival, something that you had lost. The exact same thing is going to revive itself, and it can be developed from there on moving forward. That is like reconciliation, getting the same job, okay, being able to participate or rather like buy the same house that you have hoped for, and so on and so forth. So that is what we Scorpio need to know. And this is going to make us very, very happy and very fulfilled and very satisfied. And is going to be a confirmation that we had made the right move and we had made the right choice. Although it was kind of like disappointing when it was when was the time that we had made it. All right. Next one will be Sagittarius. Knight of Swords, Seven of Pentacles, Nine of Swords. All right, so what you need to know it is that you are dealing with a person who is very afraid of losing a lot. And how can I put it into words? It's not exactly losing, but more like yeah, it's about a loss, but oh my God, how can I put it into, how can I explain that? Mm. So it's a person who is afraid that they have gotten in way too deep, and they will try to find a way out to wriggle themselves out of it, because they will be afraid of the consequences that this overinvestment of theirs is gonna bring to them. And so in the next few days, you're going to see that person being very selfish in a sense of that they are always going to try to push the situation in a way that favors them the most and screw the rest. There is no talking over with that one. And unfortunately, there is almost no way how you can, or anyone else, not just only you, but also anyone else, can trick them, because they are very intelligent, and their mind is very, very sharp, very discernible mind. So they're going to see it from a miles away if you do try to manipulate them in any way or try to trick them in any way. The best way how you can handle that thing is if you side with them, and you reach some kind of a an agreement with that individual. Because I don't know, I think that fear is the most powerful force. It's stronger. Well, only hunger is stronger than fear, I believe. But fear is a big motivator, and they can do stuff that may harm your business, for example, may harm your relationship, may harm your environment in general. So it will be best if you confront them and reach to some kind of a deal or some kind of agreement with them. Okay, next, Capricorn. The Hermit, Eight of Wands, Ten of Swords. So what do you need to know? It is that you are right. I don't know what about. Probably is going to be very individual for every single one of you, but you are right to stick with it. For example, you are right to stick with your current person of interest. You are right to stick with the project, or to stick with the job, or to stick with the idea, and you did not pull out of it. And in the next few days, this thing that you stick with it, or that you stuck with it, is going to grow in importance, is going to become very substantial and very essential for your well-being, for your financial stability, for example, for your fulfillment, for your happiness, and for your love. And growing and going forward, you will see less and less reason to change not just only it, but also yourself, and to change direction in general. And you are going to less and less care what anyone else around you think about. So what you need to know is that you have already found the light at the end of the tunnel for yourself. The only thing that it is left is to follow it. And if you are baffled right now what exactly that light is, what is the subject of the light, uh, you will find out in the next few days. Like I said, it's going to be very individual for each one of you Capricorns. For some of you, maybe a specific person. For others, maybe a job. For third, maybe some kind of a hobby. You know, it's going to be very individualized. Next one, Aquarius. The Hangman. Ten of Pentacles. Seven of Cups. Shauna say, thank you for the 20. Thank you. The best I can do on that question is to check whether you are considered or not, and how strongly you are considered. Because that request comes to the decision of, say, your supervisor, and tarot is not designed to make choices for anyone, but they can check, you know, how strongly you are considered. Thank you for the 20. I'm sorry. All right. Again, for Aquarius, those are the three cards, and what you need to know it is that you have done your job perfectly, and there isn't anything left for you to improve and to do. But the enterprise is going to get into halt. So there will be no growth, no improvement. You probably won't hear a word from the person you are expecting. You won't hear a word from your boss, say, or from the client. And the reason for that is because they haven't done their job, right? For example, you did your job, you sent it to your boss, and you aren't hearing a word from them. It's because they haven't saw it yet. So they haven't done their job to check on you, but they will in the future. And the next few days are all about, you spending them by thinking about the future itself and what kind of perspective you can take on it. So you need to know that the next few days are going to be simultaneously a test of faith and also a breakthrough, because when the answer comes, when the enterprise stirs again, you will be far, far ahead than the rest that are involved. And the sky is darkened, so to speak, for you is going to be set into light again. And again, the only thing that you need to do for so to happen is just kind of wait. But because you have done your job, you can consider yourself very, very independent for the next few days to do as you please and also indulge in comfort, because comfort is something that you can rely on. Also, you need to know, Aquarius, that there is a very big chance, maybe not for all of you because it's a secondary card here, but still, old acquaintances to flood into your life. Whether you're going to take them in or not, it is entirely up for you to decide. But once the situation in the enterprise stirs again, its possible accomplishment is going to increase in value big time. So for example, if the project originally was for a say 100K, once it stir after the halt, will be for 300K or for 1 million. So the wait is gonna worth it. And last but not least, that will be Pisces. Ten of Wands, Knight of Swords, Knight of Wands, um, you are going to have a lot of things to choose from. And you can choose one or the other, but you cannot not make a choice. And at some point, you're gonna end up with your plate being full. So that speaks a lot of tasks at work. You may have the luxury to choose whom you're gonna work with, what you're gonna work on, okay? But you don't have the luxury to just cross your legs and do nothing. And this is gonna fill up all of your time. And what you need to know it is that it's going to be imperative to be obsequient to the demands. Like whatever the task or the project demands from you, you need to do it by the letter. And if you do, then an amazing rewards are waiting you at the end. Now, these choices on what to work on, whom to work with, for example, whom to go out with, what kind of a movie to watch, and so on and so forth, there is always going to be one in between that is going to be perfect for you. What I mean is that it's going to be exciting, it's going to be enterprising, it's going to work for everyone, and you are going to happen to like it. So there is always going to be the one that it will double the gains for you, because you are not going to feel it either like work or like a chore, or like something that you have to give in for in order to get. So what you need to know is that within the next few days, you can always gain, but only if you consult your logic with your emotions, so you can make that decision, or the most beneficial decision for yourself, because there is going to be one in every single instance. All right, so that was for the 12th. And now the super chat. Anyone who supported and is about to support the stream financially through super chat, you guys are about to have a reading, personalized one, right now. And the first one that is going to get one reading, that is going to be Yasmin. So Yasmin, let's have a look. What do you need to know? Okay, Yasmin, those are your cards. Those are your tarot cards. So what you need to know is that if you are looking for some kind of a real estate deal, next few days, probably you're gonna end up making one that is going to be very, very good for you and very gainful for you. Other than that, what you need to know is that it's just only a matter of time your household situation to improve, to stabilize, and to become a very, very steady flow. Uh, as it's going to carry on with it, a certain restrictions though that haven't been in place by that point, and those restrictions, they're not going to be a big ones, but they are going to be necessary in order to have a how can I put it into words, um, stability at home, stability in between you and your spouse, stability in between you and your landlord, for example, if you are under rent, stability in between you and your neighbors. But it is just a matter of time, and it is important not to force the issue. Okay, the more you try to force the issue, the worse the situation you are going to make. Let's say that you do have a fight in between you and your neighbor. The more you try to force the resolution of the matter, the worse or the more agitated your neighbor is going to become. The right move here is going to be you letting them cool off, and they're going to come to their senses on their own accord. Whatever difficulties you are facing right now in your household, in your domain, or in the term of a real estate, they are going to resolve themselves on their own accord. That is what you need to know. Okay, next Taco. You're welcome, Yasmin. Okay, Taco, those are your cards. The Lenormand cards. And they say that some kind of a work you're doing is going to be very welcomed and rewarded by the society. Yeah, it is a present, but it's a present from the society. It is like, for example, if you are an artist, your art is going to be well received, probably bought from many people, okay? Let's see what is going to come out of it. Yeah, mate. Um, those are your cards, tarot cards. It's a big growth and a huge amount of success, probably some kind of a long-term idea or a long-term contract that is going to settle in within the next few days, that is going to offer you an expanding energies of growth in a direction that comes natural to you, usually relates to some kind of a talent, some kind of an art, something that you are really, really good of doing. And yeah, it's like a talent. Also, what you need to know that within the next few days is going to be super beneficial to you to make amends or to try to mend a relationships. Doesn't matter where those relationships are. These could be working relationships, could be friendships, could be intimate relationships, could be family relationships as well, because doing it so will allow you to push the matter forward. Okay, but it is important that within the next few days you don't kind of try to push it, but kind of guide it. And you can only guide what comes natural to you. So anything that you struggle on, you should leave aside and just undertake matters and projects and situations that you don't see any struggle into. But what you need to know it is that whatever you're working on, it will be very, very well received and very well rewarded, to a point that it will give you an enthusiasm to create even bigger, to do even more. So that is what you need to know. You are set for a lot of happiness in the next few days, a lot of cheerful experiences, and also a pretty big idea that is going to settle in your mind, which you're going to have a lot of enthusiasm following. Okay, next, down floors 30. Let's see, what do you need to know? Yeah, it is, Taco. Thank you, mate. All right, down Flores. Uh, those are your tarot cards. So what you need to know is that um, kind of put it into words. A it's not an intimate relationship. It's more like a friendship or a business relationship that you do have is gonna grow more and more complicated to a point where um, amiable behavior and politeness will be no longer tolerated. It's just is gonna be like hypocrisy being like that. And so there is going to be a confrontation about the potential lost, about the money lost, about the ruin of plans and a ruin of preparation, a ruin of investments, and so on and so forth. So basically what you need to know it is that very, very soon with someone that it gives you quite of a trouble of moving on or continuing forward with your deeds are going to be laid down. I mean, the cards are going to be laid down, and it's just everything is going to be said and revealed, and through that you will understand how you sit, what you can work with, and what can you rely on. And with that, I think that you will do a very, very good job. Kind of like what was the word here? Um, reprimanding the situation, reprimanding the enterprise, um, not scavenging, but scrapping it out, scrapping everything out and trying to build it anew. And I think that you will be able to manage, although the matters will become quite more complicated than they are right now. So, Amanda Schwartz, thank you for the $5. Thank you. This is a follow-up question because first we have to check whether it's going to be fulfilled or not. But I'm going to give you a time frame. Let me put you into the list. So, yeah, Dawn Flores. It does look like that the next few days you're gonna have that confrontation. All right, next, Chandra. Okay, those are cards. So what these cards are speaking about is large amounts of money that is going to be released, and that large amount of money is probably coming from somewhere far, like abroad, different state, maybe as well different company. And that is what you need to know, that it will be released regardless of what you do. You can scramble around and kind of like try to exacerbate its release, or just sit around and do nothing. Is going to be released anyway. So at least according to these cards, it is best not to put too much stress on yourself, because either way you are about to get those money. Okay, and you can use them to make a very big improvement and very big developments, or kind of like a huge developments, like developing your own business, or developing your house, okay, or just developing yourself by investing in classes, courses. But that is going to be the best way you can use those money to make a personal development, rather than sitting on them indefinitely. So you need to know that on the monetary front, you will have a massive breakthrough in the next few days. So hopefully this is exactly what's gonna happen to you, Chandra, because literally what you need to know is that they, at least according to the cards, a big sum of money is coming your way. Okay, next, MT. You're welcome. If you have payments on hold, probably they are going to be released. All right, MT, those are your cards. So what you need to know is that some type of a communication that is primarily led through the phone. It could be with a friend of yours, with a long distance relative, or with a client of yours, is going to stop but not end, right? That communication, it will be resumed on a later date, but it's gonna end, or rather like stop for now, simply because there will be no reason to keep on with it, because there will be no progress, very little one, that is simply not gonna worth your breath. And so what you need to know it is that within the next few days, there are going to be far better things for you to do, especially taking on opportunities, because there are going to be quite of a few around you. As far as that communication goes, still the plan or the preparation is not nearly ready, so you can talk extensively for how the things are going to turn forward and to move. But on the other front, aside from this communication, in the next few days, you're gonna have a big chance to make a bold move, to make a huge step into fulfilling a dream of yours. It could take you after that a quite of a long time, or very little one. These cards aren't speaking about the time frame here, but the very least in the next few days you're gonna make a step towards something you wish and you dream for. When you distance yourself from that pointless, at least at that point, communication. All right, next, Shaughnessy, are you gonna get the transfer? So we have to check how strongly you are considered for it. You're welcome, MT. Uh, Jennifer, thank you for the $8.88. Thank you. Let me put you into the list. Okay. So Shaughnessy. Those are your cards. The consideration is rather strong. And in order to speed it up, it will be beneficial if you do inquire about it now and then. Okay. But for now, at least for what these cards are saying, the consideration is a strong one. They simply see that at the other place you will be more efficient and more helpful to the cause. That is what these cards are saying. But yeah, try to. I was about to say harp, but these cards does not reflect harping. Very much more like inquiring, more amiably for it. All right, next, News Devon. What do you need to know? So let's have a look. Those are the cards. You're welcome, Shaughnessy. Mm. You need to know that there is a person around you that doesn't want to lose you and are ready to do almost whatever it takes to stay around. And they have a pretty set on, I would say, plan step by step how to improve the relationship in between you two. Simply, you are making that individual very, very happy. You will recognize them, use the phone by that they are leading a very, very simple life. They do not confuse people, especially you, and they do have a lot to offer as a mutual future. That is what you need to know. Okay, next, Amanda Schwartz. When my wish is going to be fulfilled? I am going to give you a time frame, but again, um, first thing we should have checked it is whether that wish can be fulfilled or not. And so it is. By February, you are going to see tangible progress in your wish being fulfilled, but it's going to take more than the start of February. Start of February is going to be where things really are going to kick in. All right, Jennifer, to your inquiry, those are the cards. The message is that currently you do have the necessary how can I put it into words? The necessary qualities to conquer the world. And thus, it will be best if you answer that question. What do you find yourself being enthusiastic about? And once you answer that question, start following it. And ultimately, in the near future, well, to the mediocre future, or moderate, I'm sorry, not mediocre, but moderate future, you're going to find yourself on top of it. Okay, so it's the way that I see that message is that it is about time for you to think about your enthusiasm, your passion, and start following it because you are ready to do so. All right, guys and girls, this is going to do it for tonight. Thank you so much for watching, and also thank you so much for your generosity. We're going to see each other Sunday. In Sunday, we are going to have Mars in Virgo live stream. So that's gonna be a good one. And until then, bye.